So I'm not surprised to have seen a baby's crib and some butterflies when I felt the energy behind your cards, Cancer, for this week, because you guys are kind of the softies of the zodiac. But what's weird to me is that the sun card is reversed. So all of these nice symbols of like warm, soft, sweet things, baby's crib, butterfly, and I saw one more thing that I'll say in a second. But I would think that that would warm your heart, which would mean that the sun is right side up. So why is it showing up upside down? Well, it's showing up upside down next because it's next to the world. So this could be a desire to have a child that we don't have, or maybe a desire to have had a child, maybe a desire to have one in the future. So the sun reversed is not living the life that we want to be living. And then the world card is another chapter in our lives. So there's something about not living the chapter that we want to be living. And so we either want to already have this kid, or maybe we want to relive the times if you're a mother and you're like thinking back to the times when it was really nice to have a baby and you enjoyed it, that's what you want to relive. Now, the last thing that I saw, which kind of hopefully will piece all this together, was a trident. Now, the trident is it stands for the god Neptune. It has, the god of the sea, right? And the god of the sea, Neptune, is all about the depths. It's all about spirituality and the flow of water. So either this has to do with being fertile, right? So the tides and fertility being related to the tides. And maybe that's why you're hoping to have a child, but you're unhappy because you're not fertile, or because, it hasn't been matching up with your patterns, your biological patterns. So there's something about water that's involved in why you don't get to live this next chapter in your life. Maybe you went through menopause. And so now that's the water. There's a lack of water, right? But it has to do with fluid movement. And so now that's not an option. So you have to relive it in the past. Okay. On the bottom, we have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is just about information and clarity and knowledge. So again, I'm kind of just getting this is you thinking about it, or you planning having a kid. It's the fact that you don't actually have a kid. And also the crib is very planning, right? Usually you get a crib and you only use it for, a couple years, and then you move the kid to the bed. It's really you plan the planning stages and the very early stages of having a child. So maybe you guys are planning to do this. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, and then the Ten of Pentacles could be buying things in. Ten of Pentacles is infrastructure. So it is the crib, it's the bed, it's the house, it's all the stuff that costs a lot of money that just sits there permanently. That's the Ten of Pentacles. So I think you guys are maybe financially getting ready to have a child. Some of you. This is obviously not for all of you. Or this is just about when you get to do this. When you get to start getting ready to have a kid. Let's pull oracle cards and see if we can find out a little bit more. Maybe we'll get another message for people who aren't interested in having children. I feel like this is pretty specific. So let's see what else we get here for information. Anything else here for my Cancer sign? Anything else? Anything else for Cancer? Interesting that Aquarius came out, and if you notice the picture on Aquarius, there's more flowing water. There's more flowing water in the picture of Aquarius, but the actual meaning of Aquarius is it is kind of being an outcast. Again, so it's I'm not the person who has the child, so I'm an outcast. I'm always the bridesmaid and never the bride. So that's these two cards together. I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride. You're always kind of like the wallflower, the cat. You're just watching, right? You're watching as somebody else gets to go through it. You don't get to go through it. You get to be an outcast as Aquarius. And that's part of the reason why the sun's reversed. You haven't gotten to live that chapter. Okay. That's what's on the bottom. Venus, you would really like to live that chapter. You have this feminine, maternal instinct, maybe even a biological clock. That's Venus, it's femininity. And you just want to one day have children. The Cancers that I'm talking to right now are Cancers that want to have kids or want to be part of a relationship where there's a kid, even if you're a guy. Because it's just what they want. It's just showing up all over the place as something they want. It's like something that you look at other people who have, and it makes you sad that you don't have it. It makes you think, when do I get to live that life? All right, let's pull advice and see what the cards have for advice for you guys. Any advice here for my Cancer sign? Any advice regarding the spread? Cancer signs, please. Oh, Cancer sign. Moon reverse, not a light, easy card. Moon reverse is a rough card to deal with. I mean, this could literally be you being infertile, okay? Because it's like the moon is the tides. Again, if there's no tides, if you don't have a menstrual cycle, the chances are you're infertile. The high priestess is inactive, quiet, impassive, like silence. So maybe there's no ability to have kids. Maybe you're a guy, right? Maybe you're a guy and you wish you look at girls and you're like, I wish I could have kids. And you will look at pregnant women and you're like, wow, you have a maternal instinct and you wish that you could do that, but you can't. So anyway, it could be any of these things, but let's see what else there is. So it's not a wash. It's not, so it's not a complete wash. Looking at these next couple cards, there is something you can do. The Queen of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Strength card. I mean, Three of Pentacles might be getting a third-party person to help you, kind of like, oh, I don't know, a fertility specialist, a fertility doctor. I'm not seeing doctor, but third person is just a third party. Maybe somebody to carry the child, right? So this is help, outside help from some third party to help you actually make this chapter in your life come true. Now, if this isn't just explicitly about it, let's bring it back to the more general. If this is just very general about a chapter that you want to live, that you see other people living, well, you can live that chapter. You can have that chapter in your life. It is going to require help from someone else, and it's going to require kind of taking charge of the situation a little bit. Let's see what we get out of the Oracle cards. Any last advice for my Cancer signs, or maybe even people who are not trying to have kids here? Any other advice for those people, or in general for anyone? Any advice at all here? Leave it wide open. Any other advice? Cancer signs? All right. Wow. The volcano. I think you will get your moment. Okay, Cancer signs? You'll get your moment in the limelight when you get to live the life that, you know, where it's kind of, to me, it's the emotional volcano where you get to gush, to do the thing that you've just been hoping to do that everybody gets to do but you. Okay. The book, though. Why is the book here? Hold on a sec. Okay, so the book came out, and that tells me that there's just information you're missing. Maybe you need to see a fertility specialist because there's missing information, or there's information that would help you do what you want to do, that would make you more successful, maybe even would heal whatever, it ameliorates whatever is the problem, it fixes the hammer. And it allows you to Leo, it allows you to, it's almost like I think, yeah, and Leo is just living that life in the sun. So Leo is sun energy. So the Leo is also that sun energy flipped right side up. After the repair has happened, you get to live the life that you've been coveting from other people. You would get to walk that path with the path forward. But like I said, there is missing information. So that will definitely help you seeing some sort of the third party, whether this is just a friend who has advice, or a doctor, specialist, whatever. There is knowledge that could aid you guys in succeeding in achieving this new chapter. All right, Cancer signs, that's your reading. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want to see more readings, don't forget to follow the channel, subscribe, and if you want to see even more readings, go check out Patreon, where I've got love readings and monthly readings. And so links for that are below. Check that out. I'll see you guys next time.